Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are picking up once again with our crew in lunar orbit as they are going to continue doing some of their cleanup operations. Although our very first step is to re-rendezvous this resupply pod and its valuable supply of fuel to the, I don't know, I guess the remains of Tremonia Station, the reconstruction of Tremonia Station. Something like that. Anyway, we're doing it all on the back of these RCS thrusters because I would really like to preserve the runtime of this experimental engine that we have strapped to the bottom here, as I do have plans for it in the future that were much the same as the plans for it that I had in the past when all of this craziness erupted. And we have actually made our rendezvous after a very small correction. We actually weren't that far. There's just a lot of waiting until we are actually close enough to pull this maneuver. So we'll just slam on these brakes and try to level things out. I would like to park it directly across from the Lunar Uber so that maybe we have some kind of hope of normalizing our mass distribution here for the sake of our poor engines that are going to have a lot of work to do as far as readjusting the orbit of this thing. So with the offending solar panel retracted and the docking ports lined up, we will get hard dock and then just start pumping some fuel around. We do have a lot of fuel in this resupply pod that we're just going to, for now, drain into the center core of our tug slash fuel pod thing, a quick check of our life support supplies and everything else, and then we'll get outside and we'll start planting some KAS struts. We basically want to just help secure the station itself to the fuel pod slash resupply core, which these struts actually lack the length to get all the way up to the Skylab module. So what we're going to do is bolt the resupply tank to the intermediate, the adapter bit, and then bolt the adapter bit to the Skylab module. And we'll call that good enough for right now. So now we will undock our faithful Artemis and steal this docking port because, well, we do have a plan for it, and it involves the old habitat module, which contains a lot of supplies that I would like to take with us. I think it actually has some fuel on board, but really it's just a lot of life support. There's 2 crates on there that I'd probably like to scavenge, and then, of course, being me, I forgot to bring the explosive charges. I did not know this at the time. I thought they were in the storage pods that we have on board. No, I packed them in the central hub module of the adapter bit. So yeah, that's a thing that of course I forgot. So with the help of a little bit of physics warp, we will make rendezvous with the old habitat module of Tremonia Station, and then start to make our approach. Like to get us in nice and close, just to make sure things go smoothly. And I'll turn you over to Old B. All right, on EVA. Let's go ahead and get this drill ready. Here we go. Now we just need to grab this docking port and attach it to the node. That would be even better. Oh, nope. Come on. There we go. Attach. Rendering. Oh! Oh! Oh god, what happened? Oh no! Oh, okay. Alright. Get your bearings about you, Mike. Oh god, we just made so much more debris. Oh no, how bad is it? Alright, this way? Okay. Uh, that's a problem. I'm glad you're alive. Okay, well, that worked out extraordinarily well. Yeah, let's reset our camera view and make this a little bit easier on me to get us back to Artemis. Oh, well, it's only 500 meters away. We only got launched a click-ish. Fun times, dude. Wow. Oh no. How the shit? Oh, how many of our parachutes are left? Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4. But no docking port and no crew passway. I don't. Why, Kraken? Why? Oh boy. Alright, I mean, we got 2 drogues, 2 primaries, and we're coming in pretty light. I think this was a 4 parachute design, not a 6. We did lose a solar panel. That's not a big deal. It's this section that worries me some. I forgot to bring plastic explosives anyway. They're all back on the station because, well, you know, if you're gonna go out to something with the intention of retrieving what supplies it does have and then detonate it, you might as well forget the tools you need to do half of your job. I'm bored, I guess. So I guess we're gonna have to go back and pick up our scientist and leave that hab in orbit for next time. Should there ever be a next time? Artemis 4L. Oh, great. So whichever one we are not set as target, it will be. At least we're pretty close by. We only had like a 30-kilometer jaunt to make. So that will be our closest intercept. Let's see if we can't patch that up next orbit. Oh, nope, we need to come back down. Yeah, so I'll just sit here and toy with nodes for a little bit. It's not a whole lot of a correction to get us back home since, well, I forgot the explosive charges. We blew up our only means of being able to collect this stuff from that thing. We're just going to call it a day. And yeah, I guess we'll blow all this stuff up later. So my patience wearing thin, we're resorting to using our main engine. We've got plenty of ignitions left on that thing. It really it doesn't bother me a whole hell of a lot. You can actually see our target out there in the reticle, not that far away. I think we've got like 30 some odd kilometers to go, and despite the fact that we are moving at almost 2 kilometers per second, it will take us upwards of an hour and some coin to go 30 kilometers or so. But after a little bit of just playing with the thrusters and bringing our separation at closest approach way down so that we can make a nice close rendezvous, pick up our resident scientist, and then just get the hell on out of here because we've had entirely too much krakening for one mission for my tastes anyway. Oh, and the frame rate demon has decided to bite us today. God, for a ship with not very many parts on it, it sure is absolutely massacring our frame. Really, I've never seen it be this bad. I would just like to get into a braking position. Please and thank you, sir. With the quickness, 36 seconds to intercept. I can't believe it'll take us 10 seconds to displace 31 meters per second. That seems odd. Alright, easy, easy, easy. Ease it in, because yeah, this is probably a collision course. Ullage, ullage, ullage. Node in 20 seconds. Well, when 3 seconds going by takes 15 seconds. Alright, leaning on the thrusters, going to buy us a little distance here. 4 seconds to ignition, 3 seconds to 1. Ignition. Solid light. Shutting down. 1.4 meters per second difference. Alright. What we need to do first, let things render. Where's transmit science? There it is. Thank God we didn't lose that too. Oh, please hurry. That debris field scares me. It scares me a lot. 12%. I wonder if I can switch vessels. 23%. Ah, jeez, come on. 30%. Come on, Dimitri. Radio things faster. 50%. Oh, 295 science or data received on, I guess it said. Now, our science hasn't moved. That's what it was before we left. I'm pretty certain of that anyway. 60%. Okay, I think we're going to be fine. Sorry for all the tense buildup here. While we stare at this encroaching debris field and Artemis inching its spicy rear closer and closer to our critical infrastructure that we have worked very hard to preserve. Just one bridge too far, I suppose. $98, $99. Give me the points. 295 science received. Confirmed. Alright. EVA, broski. Oh god, the frames. The frames, they kill me. So of course, with no docking ports on which to rely, we have to do this the Martian style and just EVA our way across to our slightly damaged Artemis craft, although that thing is such a trooper. We put these things through hell and back, and they just they keep bringing crews home safe. I mean, gotta say something about that elegant simplicity of the command module, service module approach to doing things. It's sad, because also at this frame rate, I have no idea what my relative speed actually is, because everything looks really slow. So I could be trucking, but I wouldn't really know it, because it looks normal speed. Alright, let's find a hatch for you to climb into. Yep. Bounce across the window, take out a solar panel. We might need those. In case y'all really bork this reentry. This is, except for you, Dimitri, a very rookie crew. But you're part of the mission. Radio in the science stuff, that went pretty well. Bored. Alright, and let's just get ourselves out of here. Ah, dang it, come on. Ullage, ignition. Alright, pull ourselves away at around 5 meters per second. Whew. Fare thee well, mostly ready to redeploy Tremonia. Sorry our visit had to come to such an abrupt end. Unlock the rest of our fuel, 1400 meters per second. That should be enough to get us home. I certainly hope so. Anyway, we're gonna time warp until we're out of render range. And hopefully we can get our flippin' frame rate back. Kathunk, there it is. Oh, look at that. Beautiful transition into things that move well. I love it. I just love it. Alright, so now then, let us get rid of Rendezvous Planner and start to plot a return to Earth. or an ejection, whichever. God, has it been that long? Alright, we're going to come in low because we might need to. That burn is in 23 minutes. Why aren't my RCS commands responding? Oh, because I'm in time warp? That's a good reason. Oh, that was a moment of panic. Okay. How's our electric charge looking with only 3 panels? We should be fine. Wait, what? Food, water, oxygen, CO2, waste, wastewater, N2O. Aerozine's not even listed on our resource panel. How about this one that I haven't literally not checked in a year? Okay, we are topped off and charging. That's, well, good. We're in full sunlight also, so, you know. Things, should I check if I'm going to? No, definitely not going to swing back by. But burn should take 4 minutes. It takes 21 more minutes to get there. We've got plenty of fuel, so we should be just fine. Let's go ahead and time warp on in and get this emergency return to Earth underway. Three minutes out. Ullage. Engine is green. Ignition. Solid light. And thanks to a fortunate frame rate and a very unfortunate camera angle, we can make relatively quick work of this bird and just go through and arm what 4 parachutes we have left, as well as make a quick transfer of things into the command pod. We'll transfer over some fuel too. I know we have aerosine and nitrogen tetroxide up there because we had thrusters on our adapter piece between the command pod and the docking port. We no longer have those. They were really only used for orientation during descent, or at least that was their primary function. They did aid in kind of balancing things out for dockings and such, although, you know, they didn't really do the best of jobs, but we don't have that, and one of our tertiary concerns now is, will there be enough MMH fuel to power the cabin thrusters to help us have a stable descent? I don't think we've done one without fuel before. Alright, RCS is set to disarm, and now we'll take a quick save and bring this crew home. Well, how's my driving, Doug Hastings? And with the business end of all this done, it's all just up to Newton now. So we can wave goodbye to the moon and then see Earth up there in the upper right, which has to be probably one of the neatest setups I've ever seen, especially being able to hold a single frame this long, with the moon drifting off to the right and the Earth getting just a little bit bigger up there to the left. I don't know. I did have to sit back and watch this and just see how long I could keep them both in frame. And honestly, when they left frame, they did it relatively at the same time, which was also pretty cool. Anyway, we'll make our approach to Earth, and here's Oldman. Alright, just a one last quick check to dump more food, water, and oxygen to come out of time warp and dump food, water, and oxygen into the command pod. We should probably do an about face. RCS back to arm. And we're just going to angle radial out before getting back into a retrograde vector for our impact. 43 minutes until this team comes screaming home. So I guess let's stage off the access hatch. Or not. Access hatch, what the hell? Thank you. And yeah, all those goodies that we were going to do something with are just going to get abandoned, quite unfortunately. Alright, and we'll go ahead and unlock the monomethyl hydrazine. And combined with the nitrogen tetroxide, we should have reserve thrusters, hopefully just enough to get us through our reentry phase. Alright, well, here goes. No. You know what? Here's not goes. We're going to wait because I'm nervous. We're going to bring this thing in just a bit closer. And who doesn't like explosions, really? All right, so staging. Switch craft. Pull it away. All right, here we go. Goodbye, fair service module. Thank you for not entirely exploding on us. Unlike most of our command pod, although thank God we didn't lose these 4 parachutes. And coming up on the thunk of Atmo. There it is. Why aren't my RCS controls responding? God, please tell me we still have battery. Yeah, we got lots of battery. What the hell? Activate thrusters. Turn descent mode on. Enable RCS. That would be a good one. Roll control. Thank God you're a thing. The parachutes had better still be armed. That was quality. Alright, descent mode starting to take hold here, and we're leaning into our descent. 60-kilometer periapsis. Fingers crossed, everybody. Let's make this a nice, clean, single pass, and let's get these 3 home. They've been on station for a bit longer than we thought, but, you know, things at Mars got a little spicy. Now, again, the biggest worry here was whether or not the monomethylhydrazine was going to be enough to keep the pod oriented for the entirety of its descent. Part of the things that we lost across this mission as we rolled angle down to push us deeper into the atmosphere because we're already on our way back up and gaining altitude. So it looks like it will be a 2-lapper. Anyway, those little fuel tanks that we broke off in low Earth orbit trying to secure our adapter unit thing after accidentally staging off Artemis from the lunar transfer stage, the B upper stage of that DN series rocket. That had our reserve fuel for descent, which would be really nice to have some of that right about now. So as we exit the atmosphere, we'll extend our solar panels just to keep our batteries alive and our crew breathing freshly recirculated air, and then make another solid pass. And as it turns out, I don't think we actually do have enough monomethylhydrazine. So we'll retract in those panels, we'll roll ourselves face out to make sure that this crew has a nice, gentle entry path, or at least as gentle as we can make it for them, and then start to try to compensate against that offset center of mass thanks to descent mode, which is the whole reason they're going to have a nice, comfy re-entry point to begin with. So for the rest of this, I will turn you over to old me. Oh no. And it seems fighting with SAS has depleted our supply of monomethylhydrazine, so we are now without thruster fuel to make any kind of corrections for our descent. And it looks like we might be making a 3rd pass. No, that apoapsis is falling pretty heftily. We're definitely coming home this pass. It's just going to take a while. Thank God. Alright, let's double check for arm on the parachute. Yeah, they're glowing red because it is not safe to deploy. So, yeah, we are definitely coming home. There's our camera change. Thank goodness. Now, will the parachutes be enough? Will the heat shield hold? Will the batteries hold? Well, we can check the... Yeah, why does this... so dumb. Oh yeah, plenty of battery charge. At least we got that going for us. What is this caution? Updated version available. You don't say. Oh, and there's going to be some very uncomfortable roll. Very, very uncomfortable roll. But at least we're officially on the downward path again. We got that part going for us. And just a little bit of an uncomfortable barrel roll here midway through descent when we cross that magical 30-kilometer barrier, and well, fun things happen. What the hell? No. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, we still have 2 parachutes. I'm not sure I want to arm that. Toggle info? Why didn't I check this? Altitude 75 kilometers. Copy to other chutes. Close. Arm. Oh, no, no. Toggle info? Why? Pre-deployment 1500. Deployment 1000. Copy to other. Close. Arm. Well, jettison heat shield? We need to lighten this payload as much as possible. Ship manifest. Dump the CO2. Dump the waste. Dump the wastewater. Dump the nitrogen tetroxide. Dump the lithium hydroxide. And there's the stuck noise. I'm so sorry, everyone. That's gonna stick with us for a while now. And yeah, I can't stop it from dumping. Oh man, that sound is just gonna follow us all the way down, huh? I don't trust myself to dump any of this food, water, or oxygen before we hit the ground. Action in progress. Come on. Stop the noises. Well, that's going to be a thing. Again, so very sorry. I cannot. Why were these 2 chutes configured for stock? That makes no damn sense. Well, we got a drogue chute out. At least one thing has gone right today. There's the primary. Should go to full deploy now. Oh, 6.1 meters per second. That's gonna be rough. That's gonna be real rough. Yep, and there's all the food. That was fast. Yeah, they got us down 0.1 meter per second. Wish I could close that out and make that sound stop. 8 Gs on reentry, 6 meters per second on splashdown. Well, you know, it is a green crew. I guess they did have to earn their brown pants. $50 meters, dump the water. Oh, please don't die. Please don't die. Splashdown. Okay. If you could recover. Yes! Got him! Hooah! Yeah. Returned from orbit around the moon. Yep. 7 grand back in parts. 6 XP gained. for Mike and Doug. Both of them will hit level 1. Dimitri, already at level 1. Well, what a mission. Glad we can bring that one to a close. Whew. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see all of you in the next one. So, until then, see you later.